Chris Crone with Limitless TV, and today we're talking about how to retire in 10 years. Is it possible? What would you need to do different? Think different. What kind of game plan would you need? And hang out for the end because I've got some bonus information to save you 1,000 pages of reading from Warren Buffett's book on the snowball. So today I want to talk to you about how you can retire in this 10-year time frame. And before I give you the 3 most important secrets of how to do this, I just want to start off by telling you a little bit about my journey, because I did have a 10-year retirement goal, but I accelerated it. And based on the information I'm going to be sharing with you today, I actually retired in 4.5 years. So today's information, it's pretty key. And for me, what it has meant is freedom. And a lot of people, there's this buzzword, financial freedom. It's such an exciting word, and it's financial freedom. For me, it's the other way around. It's financial freedom. Like, what do you really value? Money's cool, but you know what's cooler than money? Being able to do what you want, when you want, and how you want it. And you and I, we have a mission and we have a purpose in life. And so for me, this isn't going to be true for maybe you or for other people watching this video, because there's a lot of people that their fulfillment doesn't come from financial freedom or freedom. It comes from having a career, building someone else's business, entrepreneurship. It comes from maybe they're already engaged in doing something they love. But you might be like me. If you're searching a video saying, Chris, how do I retire in 10 years? Chris, how did you retire in 4.5 years? It was because I knew that I had a higher life purpose, and society did not give me a path that worked for me. I had to create my own. And that's what I'm going to be giving you today. I retired in 4.5 years using these very 3 specific principles that I'm going to give you. Here's the bottom line. You need to invest money so that it earns more money. It creates this snowball effect. As soon as your investments earn enough money for you to live on each year, you're actually able to retire. It's this very simple definition. I need to stop working for money. I need my money to work for me. If you spend 100% of your income, you'll never retire because you'll never be able to invest any money. If you spend 0% of your income, you can retire right now because somehow you're living without needing to make any more money. Does this make sense? I want to share with you right now 3 specific things that you need in order to work on this 10-year game plan. And I'm just going to even tell you in advance, I love helping people retire. I have helped so many people do this. I've been able to work with thousands of people, and I've been able to see people like me in a short space of time actually achieve a level of financial independence. In fact, I actually surround myself with a group of people over the years that I've been able to help that are now financially free using these exact 3 very simple but very necessary principles. There are 3 things in particular for you to focus on with being able to have a 10-year retirement game plan. And yes, you need strategy, and yes, you have to have a game plan, but it's going to come down to these 3 basic principles. And you may have heard some of these before, so make sure you don't take any of them for granted. The first one is you need to have an intention. Have you set your intention? Have you decided a period of time in which you're going to actually achieve retirement? Have you decided how much money that is or what that looks like? You got to start with the end in mind, and having an intention means you know what you want. You may not be attached to how you get there or what opportunities to present itself to make sure you do get there, but the universe and all of these laws, they conspire with people who are conscious creators. So do you know what you want? Do you know when you want it by? And it is a realistic time frame. 10 years is a great retirement timeframe strategy. So what does it look like? I recommend that you identify time. Let's call it 10 years. And number 2, the amount of money that you want coming in automatically every month. Is it $5,000 a month? Is it $50,000 a month? What is the amount of money? And I'm going to encourage you, based on my experience of working with thousands of people, to go with a figure that is the least amount that you're willing to believe in that would actually create the financial freedom. So for example, if my bills are $6,000 a month, then I might say, when I have $6,000 of business coming in residually or automatically or dependably on a regular basis, I'm going to consider that time to quit my job or to do this. And basically that's my freedom date. So 10 years is my freedom date. 6,000 is the amount of freedom dollars that I want. Your intention should be freedom date and freedom dollars. Number 2, you got to get some money. Now, whether it's a little bit of money, like $1,000, or whether it's $100,000, whether you have money in a 401k or an IRA, whether you're partnering with someone and using their money, we know this. A salary will not create freedom. Being an investor and an entrepreneur can create the freedom. That is outside of most people's comfort zone, but it is what is required to introduce the possibility to be free inside of 10 years. So you got to get some money to play with. For example, if you want to play with me, I can show you with less than $1,000 how to do real estate, because frankly, that's what I needed to make my first $1 million+ dollars. I also went in with partners and would say, hey, father-in-law Matt, let's take $40,000 from your 401k and let's do a deal together. And so does it take money to make money? Well, in most cases, yes, but they never said whose. So you can be the great provider of opportunity to other people. And what's important is that you gather the resource. That doesn't mean put your head down for 10 years and try to keep saving up money on the side, because frankly, that may be too slow of a plan. You need some money to make money, so go get some money based on the strategy that you're doing. By the way, if it's a good strategy and a good business model, it means that it's going to have ROI, return on investment. It's going to make money. And that is what you use to partner and split with people to bring them into the game. So number one is you've got to have an intention, which means a defined freedom date and freedom dollars. And then number two, you got to get some money, whether it's yours or not. And then the third step is invest. I want to make sure that you are selecting wise vehicles that actually have the ability to get where you want to go. And all you have to do is be able to produce some very basic calculations. If I take my money for the next 10 years and compound it in a 3% annuity, then it will take me a very long time before I double my money and actually get my money out of that investment. And in 10 years, there's no way that I'm actually going to make my freedom dollars within my freedom deadline. So what do I need to do different? I need to find a different investment vehicle. Now, obviously, I've got links below and things that you can check out that give you the ability to accomplish that within a 10-year time frame. And you might be aware of other vehicles, but those are the three principles for you to leverage. You got to have an intention, you got to know how to get the money, and then you got to know where and how to invest. And if you have those three things lined up, can you retire in the next 10 years? Absolutely. So wherever you go, whatever your strategy is, make sure that those are the three specific principles at play. And every one of you right now watching this has the ability to do the first one right now. In fact, if you wanted to do all three of them, it might look like this. 10 years, $8,000 a month. That's my number one for my freedom date and freedom dollars. For getting the money, I'm going to take Chris's advice and partner if I don't have the money. And invest, number three. Chris has actually given me access to the best real estate deals around the country that he'll give me access to. So there you have it. For thousands of people, that's been their plan. Your game plan may look different, but make sure you have those three elements, because if you're missing one of them, then 10 years will probably not be realistic for you to get there. On the other hand, if you got those three principles at play and you have the right system and strategy, that's all you need to get where you want to go. If you feel like you could use an update on your financial game plan for life, if you'd like to plan for how you could retire in 5 or 10 years, then go ahead and click the link below, follow the instructions, and me and my team will be in touch with you to give you a very precise and accurate game plan to help you get where you want to go.